I wanted to thank, especially for those attending this webinar today, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit in and learn about Missouri's program, the Missouri Home Energy Certification Program. And Carol, I definitely want to extend a thanks to BPI, you, and others on your staff for extending this opportunity to us. I'd like to start out today by giving a little bit of background as to what the Missouri Division of Energy is about. Give you a little bit of an idea of what we do and the things that we're involved with. To start out, the Division of Energy was formed several years ago and was formed to be Missouri's state energy office, and has served in that capacity since its beginning, its inception. As Missouri's energy office, we work very closely with the United States Department of Energy in energy efficiency programs and anything related to energy. You see there on the screen the mission statement of the Division of Energy. We basically assist, educate, and encourage Missourians to advance the efficient use of diverse energy resources to drive economic growth, provide for a healthier environment, and to achieve greater energy security for future generations. And I might point out that here about 2 years ago, the Division of Energy was moved from the Department of Natural Resources here in Missouri to the Department of Economic Development. And since that move, our focus has been more pointed toward economic development, job growth within the state, whereas before, much of our focus was on the environment and factors around that. There are 4 sections within the Division of Energy: the Energy Policy and Resources, Energy Efficiency, the Weatherization Assistance Program, and Fiscal Administration. The policy group deals a lot with utilities, the Public Service Commission, in rate cases, and working specifically on those factors that are included in developing and setting rates for the IOU utilities in the state. The Energy Efficiency Group is the group that I work in, and we're involved with energy efficiency projects across the state. One of those, which is the Missouri Home Energy Certification Program, which I'm going to share with you today. The Weatherization Assistance Program carries out and administers weatherization across the state, primarily through community action agencies. To tell you a little bit about the Missouri Home Energy Certification Program, the division sat down and met with stakeholders across the state in a series of meetings to gather input regarding what they felt was important to include in a program such as this. What kinds of things really are people interested in? What things motivate people around energy efficiency? As a result of those stakeholder meetings and some really great input from those folks, we were able to develop a set of guidelines that the program is based on. We worked very closely with MIA, the Midwest Energy Efficiency Alliance, in helping to develop the outline for the program. MIA was very instrumental in helping to set up the program for the state of Illinois and their home energy efficiency certification program. As a matter of fact, in the process of developing our program here in Missouri, they mirrored some of the things that we decided to include in ours. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. One of the things that the stakeholders told us was that it was very important to include things that were very recognizable and from the standpoint of energy efficiency, things that were known not only across the state, but well recognized across the country as a means to determine the energy efficiency of a home. So with that understanding, we set out to determine which rating systems, of course, would be used to determine the energy efficiency of a home. Those that were well known across the country, One of those was the HES score, which, as you are aware of, I'm sure was developed by the U.S. Department of Energy, and that many of you are probably very much involved with utilizing. Another one of the scoring system was the HERS rating that was developed by ResNet. These two in particular were a couple of the rating systems that were felt really needed to be part of our program guidelines and utilized in order for the program to have some significance and meaning for those that wanted to participate. One thing that was very important to the stakeholders was that the program recognized both highly efficient new homes and existing homes that have implemented energy efficiency improvements in order for them to achieve a very high level of energy efficiency. There are some methods that, matter of fact, in the Illinois program is a good example. When they first started out, they only had one certification that could be achieved, and because of that, it was difficult for many homes to participate in this. So we decided to utilize two different certifications to ensure that we could recognize both new and existing homes. So why would you be interested in something like the Missouri Home Energy Certification Program? Well, one of the things that it can help with is developing business opportunities. And we'll talk more about the details of how that fits together. One of the things that we have found over the past few years in talking with homeowners and looking at the information that's out there regarding energy efficiency is that homeowners are very much interested in energy efficiency in their home. Homeowners want to have an energy efficient home. A couple of surveys that were done recently, one in the state of California and one in the state of Washington, really show what kind of effect having a green home can have when you get ready to sell it. On the average, in California, they were showing an average increase in price, sales price, for a green home was somewhere around 9%. In Seattle, Washington, it was actually a little bit higher than that. The average sales price was about 9.6% higher for a certified green home compared to other homes of the same architecture. One thing that green home certification can do, it can attract favorable financing options for the home buyer. Lending institutions are beginning to recognize the importance of energy efficiency in the home and how it can enable homeowners to more easily pay their mortgage and utility bill. And we all know that both of those come into play every month for a homeowner. One thing that this program can do, it can actually help assist marketing from the standpoint of the energy auditing aspect. The energy auditors, in order to participate in this program, have to be certified through us by the state, and by doing that, it actually enables a couple other things that you can participate in the state of Missouri. One is the tax deduction, which is available for the home energy audit and improvements that a homeowner makes based upon the findings of the audit. And the other is to participate in the home energy certification program. So there's a couple of really good opportunities, we think, for home assessors, energy auditors, appraisers, that kind of thing, being involved with our program. The program was officially launched in February by Governor Jay Nixon. He made the announcement, and really we launched the program at that time. So one thing that we've seen happen since then was the increase in interest in the home energy auditor certification in the state. At the time of the announcement, we had approximately 40 home energy auditors certified by the state of Missouri, and now we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 70. So we've seen quite an uptick on the interest for home energy auditors. As I mentioned before, when we developed the program, the stakeholders felt that it was very important to be able to have both new and existing single-family homes be eligible for the program. As a result of that, then we determined that 2 levels of certification would be available for homeowners, gold and silver certification. And as you can see here on the screen, the certificate actually lists those options or lists those enhancements the home has, and the person that's applying or making the application gets to decide which of these things to list on their certificate, the things that they feel are most important to them as a homeowner. For gold certification, a home must be able to achieve one of the following. First, they must score at least an 8 on a HES score, or if they use the HERS index, must score 65 or below. Now, we've also included Columbia Water and Light in the scoring and a way to achieve gold certification because of the detail of their program and how they put the program together. We felt very confident that when homeowners around the Columbia area utilized that process, that they truly would end up with a highly energy efficient home. Now, these scores for Columbia Water and Light have to be backed up by a HES score of 8 or greater, so that's also included as part of it. There's also the possibility to achieve the equivalent of a 2012 IECC for Climate Zone 4 as a means to achieve gold certification. And that's for those that want to follow another path, but this also requires a home energy audit by a qualified auditor. Now, for the silver certification, it's a little bit different. It's for those homes that can't reach the gold certification, but we wanted to be able to recognize those homes that had made great improvements in their home energy efficiency. So therefore, as a means to reach the silver certification, one of the methods to do that was that all cost-effective improvements in the HES audit have been implemented. Another means to become certified would be a 20-point decrease in the HERS index, which basically relates to a 20% reduction in energy use. They could, through the Columbia Water and Light program, achieve a 90% efficiency rating, which would also qualify them for the silver. If a person so chose and they wanted to use another energy savings program to model the savings and achieve a 20% energy savings, that would be a method to reach silver certification as well. The only thing there is that we would have to approve the modeling program that's being used. We're currently working with a couple of the utilities and the modeling programs that they have been using in order to see if we can find a way in which to use their scoring systems with the energy savings programs that they have for residential customers. The certification process is fairly simple. Once you've received an audit by a certified auditor, you can go online and submit your application, provide the details, and there's really a neat tutorial video that's on our website that you can view. It really gives you a step-by-step process of how to go through and submit your application. We've received a lot of positive comments about the video and feel it's very helpful. And thanks to Cake Systems, who generated that video for us. They did a very good job on it. One of the things that I mentioned here in particular is that the application must be submitted by a certified home energy auditor. Now, by that, what I mean is they must be certified by the state of Missouri, the Division of Energy. It's a fairly simple process to go through to become certified through us. We have an online application system that you can use to submit your application for that. In order to qualify to become certified, you would have to have either a VPI Certified Building Analyst certification, an Energy Auditor certification, Quality Control Inspector certification through VPI. Another qualification that is acceptable is to be a certified rater through ResNet. Or if there are other trainings that you have had that you feel might be acceptable, please contact us, and we'd be very happy to look at the training to see if it meets the requirements. So it's a very simple process to be certified here at the Division of Energy. We do not charge a fee for that. The only thing that we require is proof of certification and also proof of insurance, liability insurance, and that's either for yourself or for the company or business that you work for or work through to do the auditing. So it's a very simple process to become certified with us, and once you do, we'll put your name on this interactive map that we have, and we have been getting a lot of calls lately for people that are interested in having a home energy audit, and we simply guide them to this map, and they can, since it is interactive, they can put in their zip code or they can put in their town name and choose how many mile radius they want to select from, and then it narrows down the field on the map to only those in that particular area. Now, one thing that I would want to point out at this point in time is that we have a need for additional home energy auditors. By no means have we reached a point in the state that we're covered as thoroughly as we need to be across the state. We have approximately 70 certified home energy auditors right now, and we estimate that we really could use another 100 to 200 auditors in order to better cover the state. Sometimes we'll get a call from an individual and find that they may be 60, 70 miles away from a certified home energy auditor. So it's very important to us that folks like yourself have interest in our program and submit an application to become a certified auditor here in Missouri. So getting back to the application process for the Missouri Home Energy Certification, it's a simple online process. Once we receive the application, we will review it. And if we have any questions, we will contact the auditor that submitted it and get the answers that we need in order to certify the home. Once we have approved the application, an official certificate is generated, and it is generated in the form of a PDF, which we then forward to the auditor, and he in turn then can have that available for the homeowner. Both the energy auditor and homeowners are notified via email. And we set the system up in this way in order for it to be very efficient, that we could contact people very quickly. We wanted to not have any delays in the program because we know that people that are interested in having a certification like this want to have it done very quickly. So again, our auditor map, a tool that can help you. So the current status of our program, we've had 5 applications that have been approved so far. We've got other applications that are pending right now. It seems like the pace has picked up in the last 2 to 3 weeks. We're seeing an increased interest both in how to apply and applications received. So we're really excited about the opportunities and the possibilities of increased participation in this. And I think from what we've seen, we have had as much interest in auditors who are certified through BPI to become certified through Division of Energy. We've seen a lot of interest in that recently. One of the things that we continue to do is evaluate other programs and other modeling tools and how they might fit with our program. One thing that we did when we developed this program was to make sure that we could modify it as needed, as new technologies develop, as energy codes change. We wanted to be able to respond to that very quickly and to be flexible. And that's one of the reasons why we feel it's very important that if you have ideas and thoughts as to how we can improve the program, we ask that you please contact us, because we really would want to hear your thoughts in that respect. We continue to reach out to energy professionals such as yourself, DOE, Home Performance with Energy Star, Midwest Energy Efficiency Alliance. We've been reaching out to realtors, appraisers, and trying to, I guess, really get a better feel for how we can make that connection with the realtors here in Missouri. We have talked with local realtors associations and found that the MLS system is very flexible, and that local realtors have a large amount of control over what information they can include on their MLS when they list a home. So we're working with them to figure out how we can relay the information that we're collecting with our program and for homeowners' benefit when they get ready to sell a home. We would think that it would be very important to homeowners to be able to provide a copy of the certificate for their home being certified, either gold or silver, when it comes time to sell the home. So we're reaching out to realtors, others, bankers, appraisers, folks like yourself who actually do the energy audits. One of the challenges that we have, and I think you probably have experienced this yourselves, is in the area of outreach and education, so that people understand the value of energy efficiency in a home, and knowing that it lowers your utility bill by having an energy efficient home. And that really should be a consideration when you're buying. As part of the cost of owning a home, you not only have your mortgage, but you also have your utility bill that in most cases are paid monthly, just like a mortgage payment. And all those fit together for a homeowner. And it's, again, part of the cost of owning a home. One thing that I did mention was that we would continually want to improve this program, and we definitely appreciate any input from those that are associated in working with our program as to how we can improve it. We talked briefly about the tax deduction, the Missouri personal income tax deduction for home energy audits and the improvements that are associated with that. One thing I wanted to provide details around that. For an individual, they can take up to $1,000 a year, and if they're filing jointly, they can take up to $2,000 a year per deduction. That becomes very important. And with the extension of the statute, extension of the credit through 2020, also changed a little bit how this credit can be used. So if they get an energy audit and it's performed by a certified home energy auditor, again, that auditor must be certified through the Division of Energy, then they are eligible for this tax deduction. Well, that wraps up what I had to share with you today. I definitely appreciate you taking the time to listen in.